Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Man, I love the sound of that compression lock. Could any sane knife collector find fault with this knife? It is so good for what you get. There's no fault in the awesome handle shape. There's no fault in the gorgeous blade. Awesome steel. Perfect. Well, okay, maybe there is one little fault. Or at least some of us think there is. See it? Yeah, it's all that wasted space. Do I really need half an inch of purchase at the top of my knife? I don't think so. But I found a solution. Dear Andrew, I appreciate it. I hope these serve your Spideys well. Casey. You know that when you get a letter with an awesome cartoon on it, whatever is going to be in the box is just going to be kick-ass. And it is so true in this case. So what's in envelope number 1? Well, you guessed rightly, it's a pocket clip. But not just any pocket clip, look at this. Look at that matte finish. It is a titanium pocket clip from Casey Lynch. This is the larger 2 5/8" version, and it's nice and thick too. Look at that. 4/100ths of an inch thick, actually. About similar to Paramilitary's thickness. It's got 3 holes, and did you notice that chamfered edge? That hole, I think, is inspired by the Spidey hole. What a nice looking pocket clip, even in completely raw titanium. I'll be getting into what kind of titanium this is in a little bit, but I've got another envelope to show you. In this envelope, we have a bronze finished titanium pocket clip. Man, that looks even better. This is the short version, the 2 1/8" inch version. Same thickness, same hole configuration, just anodized in bronze. Casey's able to finish in a number of different colors. Blues, purples, some very light greens and grays. But I thought the bronze would just look killer with this Paramilitary 2. And, a third envelope, he was so kind as to send along some extra little bolts and a little hex wrench. Man, that is just awesome. As you can see, if you line the 2 clips up, you'll notice that you get practically the same tuckable space in the low riding clip as you do in a regular clip. Now, since switching a clip out is pretty self-evident, let me give you a crash course in titanium alloys. This clip utilizes 6Al4V titanium alloy, which is the most commonly used alloy. It's considered the workhorse of the titanium industry. It's used in fasteners, components, vessels, forgings, and even biomedical implants. It's significantly stronger than pure titanium, but it has the same stiffness and thermal properties. This grade is excellent as far as having a combination of strength, corrosion resistance, and ability to be fabricated. It's a grade 5 titanium out of a 38-point scale, and that generally goes from a lower tensile strength to a higher strength. Now, the highest level strengths of titaniums are used as body armor and stuff like that. Now, this grade of titanium has 6% aluminum, 4% vanadium, and 0.25% iron, along with 0.2% oxygen, with the rest being titanium. Oh, well, that was boring. But look at how awesome that clip looks on there. Yeah, the curve of the spoon portion of the clip is fantastic. That neck is coming above the scales. That's going to really give you a very deep seating clip. You have to keep in mind, compared to the original OEM clip, this clip is going to basically be purchasing as much actual fabric. So it's going to be just as secure. And as far as the ability to get it out of your pocket, it's not going to be any harder. The one complaint I might have is that the chamfered edge does appear to me to be a little rough. You'll notice too that the clip is seated entirely on the scales. I don't have any complaints at all about how it looks from the side. That thing is rock solid. I really shouldn't complain too much about that chamfered edge on further thought. Really, it integrates the clip very nicely with the rest of the steel components of the knife and lends to a more OEM appearance of the clip overall. When it's in a tip up position, the clip doesn't come as high off the scales, but it still fits very nicely. Doesn't interfere with the lanyard hole and gives you plenty of options. And here's what the 2 5/8 inch clip looks like on an Endura 4 scale. As you can see, the spoon of the clip is landing basically right in the middle of the logo, very similar to the OEM clip. What this means is that the inside of the clip is actually going to be grasping a larger swath of cloth compared to the OEM clip. You're just going to be actually tucking more of your pant into the clip. If you are going to carry tip down, the clip does rest slightly on the bolt pivot in this model in particular. So you might want to just double check that. If you decide to carry tip up, of course there isn't going to be any interference with the pivot. And I actually think in the case of the Endura 4 at least, you get a nice symmetry that comes out from the Spidey hole and the hole in the clip. It's very balanced. Okay, so here are the two clips side by side. As you can see, they both fit pretty naturally, even in the less preferred tip down position. I would say that I would only recommend the larger clip for maybe scales at least as large as the Endura 4. Otherwise, the small one seems to work just fine. Of course, I've got some pocket shots for you. First one is tip down, and as you can see, it's seating very naturally in the pocket with a little bit of scale sticking out, but overall it's much deeper and much more secure. Here in a tip up, it actually seems to seat a little bit deeper, which is counterintuitive. I guess it's just the way the scale is rounded in relation to where the clip is sitting. With the Endura 4, the contrast is even more striking compared to the OEM arrangement because so much of the handle is in your pocket, it almost feels like you're carrying a different knife. And of course, drying it so fast, you just put your finger where that spoon is and you pull it right out. It's no problem. I admit I'm having to change my draw technique a little bit, but I'm not some kind of mall ninja that needs to get this out as fast as possible. Casey has these for sale at an amazing $16 a piece with $2 shipping for any number of clips that you buy. He says that they are guaranteed for life. To quote him, "If you break it or tweak it or just don't like it, I will refund you your money or send you a new clip. I want everyone to be happy with their purchase. So if there's an issue, I'll make it right." Now that's the kind of customer service that I can get behind 100%, and so I strongly recommend you contact Casey if you're interested in these clips. I will be showing some other low-riding clips that are out there in the market, but this is definitely the benchmark for me. And I also have to give a big hat tip to the Edge Observer here because I originally heard about Casey Lynch's clips from the Edge Observer blog, which I strongly recommend you check out. Of course, you're probably subscribed to his stunning YouTube channel already, but his blog is really interesting too, and there's more content there. I'll be posting Casey's information below if you're interested in getting in touch with him. I want to thank you for watching this video. Please consider subscribing if you'd like to see more knife-related videos.